The sky is cloudless and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete where we depart from the cafe. We have a new urinal! Oh. A day after the open house, the right were seen, securing the mansion's purchase at Briar Realty's Luxembourg office. Parties involved in the transaction were surprised at how fast it went, but agreed it was to be expected when dealing with influential people like the Wrights. Happy over the sale, Isabella Santos treated her friends to lunch. Yay. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going away without leave lately, not to mention my boss Marshall moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For the gripes about the unpredictable weather though, the streets of Luxembourg remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of things we're yet to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty, for me, sacked to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did he want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A flitting glimpse. The world stills? What? Oh fuck. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. Help me. A hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckon me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I'll try. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. Grab someone! I see directly ahead, down there, and an arm, and another person there. Just grab someone. Grab onto reality. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contours into something twisted as she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. I will help you. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please, I don't want this.
She didn't want that either. We need to help her. Oh fuck. Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I don't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. For a little while my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zack appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the forbidding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something easy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out of my gut.
You are screaming, having a fit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Zach, call someone. No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
that. Yeah. Oh, they're so
Be
worried.
careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it's likely come off as a grimace. Oh, you, Yarma? Yeah. Yeah, there she is. After our pleasant lunch with Zachary Steele and Rebecca Gales, Isabella Santos received an urgent phone call from Rose Cooper, asking her to meet with the right interior designer. Left with no choice, she hurried back to BRC, but on her way on one of the shops she passed by, a familiar smile greeted her. Gently I pushed her hand off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away, far from here. But they will also start seeing it soon they have seen the letter. Away. Do you? Humidity stifling, everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I want to be away from here. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company. Yeah. I thought that was the TV that statics, but maybe it's a fan somewhere. I don't see a fan in the room though. The room is devoid of any other light source apart from the one streaming from the hallway and the window. And the TV, maybe? And from outside, even... It's a big city, supposedly, here, and we're in the middle of it. It should be light at night. I out every night, and I'm not even in a big city, and still it's like, holy shit, I can see everything. No, really, you can see. Unless you go into a forest, it's pretty much light everywhere. Even with the clutter I accumulated over the years, the room feels a whole lot bigger than it commonly is. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there's a way to turn everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every second of her. Every sound, not second, sound. Damn it! Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for help me. Help me. Enough! That's enough! A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that entered the room from the windows I left wide open. That's the note, yeah. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter incautiously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. It's ordinary-looking? It has blood smeared with "help me" all over the place. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Yeah, nothing, it's worthless now probably. You already shown it to 6 people. Not 5 even. Send this to 5 people or else. So I guess you're gonna get or else. Well, Shalimi, what about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? No, they won't. They certainly gnaws at me. Knowing she's real and might also grow off the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. There is just sometimes the big jump scares can really scare you, but sometimes it's just the small things you don't expect. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly I fished to get it out from the mess of cushions and papers beside me, where I carelessly thrown it earlier before taking a shower. So this was a story update, so I guess if we hadn't, maybe it would have been like, I feel so lonely now, and no one would have called. Who knows? Oh. Ash! Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Except, no. Is he calling back because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox with the same message, Scaredy Cat.
What?
Hey, Ash.
Hey.
What's wrong?
I saw her again.
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Yeah.
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer.
The rights. My god, those
Been
are...
on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
You did?
But you said...
His snigger come off as annoying to my ears, and I fight the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid Ash!
You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I did. Oh, okay, so if I would have chosen the other, he would have... Maybe it would have been Sancton instead of saying he had wanted to show the priest. I wanted to talk with the priest. Yeah, I pause. I did say that, but I didn't think he actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon.
Oh.
What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Sounds great.
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Yeah, Sunday.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Can't promise.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles come from him. Oh, I will live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just wait, you asshole. I like that insult about him. As I'm about to press the button to end the call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
Yeah? The different... Diffident? Huh? Diffident. I thought the different would... Again, I assume it's spelled wrong and it's supposed to be different. Tone in his voice sends my eyebrow shooting up into my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think you...
We?
Never mind. Good night.
Oh, good night. He hangs up instantly. Rude! Completely rude! I didn't even get to thank him. Oh, the busy tone, though muffled, echoes throughout the receiver. No one is saying this will work, even I'm doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight. Ooh, we have a new year now. 22... here. Ashton. I don't see... Frey? We're gonna assume it's an F there with some felt. But it looks like a J. Yay. But then... I can't say an Y and an R right after another. Gray! Ashton Gray, that would be a great name. A little stereotypical maybe, but still. Remind Isabella Santos of their meeting with Professor Andrew Clark tomorrow. A respected professor with a doctorate degree in sociology. As a former research specializing in ethnography and physiology, Ashton assured that his friend can help with her worries regarding the mansion's rumor. I'm not good at speaking. I realized that more when I done all these series, that's me reading out a lot of visual novels like Danropa and this one, that I'm not very good at reading a very hard pronouncing word, at least in English. There. No one's ever told me that really or said anything like, yeah, you need that. Except that one thing that also ended up on YouTube with 3,000 views some years ago, but it's probably gone now. I haven't seen it when I even searched for it, but it was long gone. Me singing something that someone filmed it in Edinburgh, like, yeah, he isn't mentally handicapped, but you never know. Basically that. And for the first time in a long time, I dream. Oh no, I don't want to dream! Of Kleska, okay. Of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets of small cramped dwellings of home. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this, to me, is home. Oh.